So, who are you choosing to be your partner in Legends ZA? We just had our Pokemon Presents and we just had our starters revealed for us for this game. We have surprisingly two Johto starters with Chikorita and Totodile. So, Chikorita and Totodile, not Cyndaquil, because of course Cyndaquil has already been blasted off into the Hisui region. We already saw Cyndaquil, and now we get to see the counterparts here. And then surprisingly, we have Tepig as the odd one out. Tepig being a Unova guy, and he is definitely something. I have to wonder, who are you choosing? Who am I choosing? Why are they chosen? What might their final evos be? And what might be your choice for starter Pokemon on this upcoming game? That's what we need to explore. So firstly, let's go ahead and look at the website and see what info we can gain, at least looking at our candidates here. Here's our Pokemon. We have Chikorita, Tepig, Totodile. So Chikorita, the leaf on its head has a variety of uses. Chikorita can use the large leaf on its head to determine the temperature and humidity of its surroundings. It will also use this leaf to seek out warm places since it loves sunbathing. That's really interesting. It's sunbathing like a cat. Alright, and then lightening the mood even when the mood is hostile. Chikorita has a gentle personality. While at first it may wave its leaf around fiercely to keep its opponent at bay, a sweet fragrance wafts from the leaf, which can calm both battling Pokemon and create a cozy, friendly atmosphere in the end. So this Pokemon, let's start thinking about what our final evolution might be for our Chikorita. So Chikorita is actually probably maybe still the least popular starter Pokemon, and I think it's gaining popularity, and there are the Chikorita fans. I am also a fan of Chikorita. I do like her, and I am excited to see what might be the final Evo. I think the next video might be going over different regional forms for our final evolutions, and I'd love to gather some ideas as well in design, and we can make it happen. But for now, Chikorita was introduced in Gen 2, and it wasn't so popular, I would say, because we also have Totodile from Gen 2. Chikorita has fans, but it also has a lot of people who would pick Totodile over it. But they're both wonderful choices and wonderful Pokemon. This guy's a rowdy Pokemon that bites everything. Totodile is small, but it has a rough and tough personality. It won't hesitate to take a bite out of anything that moves within its sight. Its powerful, well-developed jaws are capable of crushing anything. That's pretty wild, Totodile. Even its trainer must watch out, because Totodile will bite indiscriminately. Even its trainer must be careful. While Totodile may think it's playfully nipping, its bite has enough power to cause serious injury. Make sure not to inadvertently turn your back to it. Alright, there's our lovable crocodile guy. Now, what could the crocodile guy here be doing in Kalos? What could Chikorita be doing in Kalos? Chikorita, of course, has ties to this France-inspired region, I would say, through aromatherapy. And as we learned about its leaf, about lightening the mood, stuff like that, it also can tie into the beauty of, flowers and grass Pokemon. As you can see in the photo behind it, we have a big, gorgeous, florist looking water fountain in the city. And that is also going to be a beautiful flower Pokemon tied to Kalos for sure. I think Chikorita does have a home in the Kalos region here, and I am excited to see its final form. I would love to see also Mega Meganium being a possibility. I don't know if we're going to get Mega Evolution or if we're going to get the regional variants for their evolution. I would love to have both, honestly, but for now, we're just going to have to wait and see. But I think Meganium is great. I think on the surface and on the city level Pokemon, the Pokemon we might be encountering, I really hope the Pokedex is very diverse. I do worry about the city setting being kind of constrained since, having a city setting can be difficult, I would say. But I think Meganium can fit in that, in the sense that, it is tied to flowers and beauty and Kalos and aromatherapy and stuff, and this starter would probably be best for the trainer who wants a friendly grass partner. Totodile is an interesting pick too. What ties does Totodile have to Kalos? What options do we have for Totodile? Now, a crocodile in France has ties to, well, the sewer system and the catacombs even a little bit. More so the sewer system, though, I'd say. We all know those rumors and those stories maybe of, crocs that are lurking within and under the city. And that could be a scary phenomenon to introduce into its regional form or its, history in this region and as a variant. I think it would be awesome to have like a sewage inspired, maybe a poison for alligator, like water poison type in the end. I think that'd be cool. I'd also love to see like steel or something perhaps, though I don't know how we would tie that in exactly yet, but that's just kind of on my head. But like I think it'd be awesome to also have a form that for alligator goes into a slender form who can go and like put itself into deep crevices, put itself into weird little spots because it has a slender body, and maybe put that thing back down on all fours as well. That'd be really interesting, I think. I am excited about the Feraligatr one, and it's interesting that we have just these two Johto guys in here. I know we've taken a while on them, but let's look at Tepig, the odd one out here. A ravenous glutton. Tepig uses its excellent sense of smell to find food. It loves to roast and eat berries, but sometimes it gets too excited and burns them to a crisp, rendering them inedible. Well, Tepig here is a cute guy. He also has springing around while launching fireballs. Tepig is nimbler than it looks. It uses its speed to confound enemies, dodging their attacks with agility and rapidly launching fireballs from its nostrils. When it catches a cold, its fire becomes pitch black smoke instead. Man, I really hope with the active and live battling, like the real-time battling system that they're introducing into the game, I hope that we can actually see Tepig being a little more nimbler than we usually might see, as it says here, and hopefully showing off its speed and things. As we look at these, we can look at the starter stats as well to help in deciding the best starter to pick. I think, of course, the best starter is going to just be your favorite or what you like or what you want to do. It also hinders on our final evos, but for now, we're just going to work with what info we've got. Totodile here. Look at this, though. Look at this image. Totodile sleeps with one eye open. Is this from Pokemon Sleep? This looks like Pokemon Sleep graphics. It kind of has to, but guys, do you get Totodiles in your app? I don't quite use it, but that is really interesting. It sleeps with one eye open. I love that. That thing is a freaky gator. I would love to see it in the city's sewers and lurking. So we are going to see Totodile, and I assume our middle evolution stage isn't going to change, but then the final one might. I really hope. The Pokedex and stuff goes into its jaws being a big deal. I would love to have Feraligatr have a longer, narrower jaw as well for biting and things, but also just for like shoving things with its snout, trying to like figure out its way in dark spaces, kind of going into the narrow idea of tunnels and stuff like that. Here's some guys. Might have to shiny hunt them someday. This guy is good on, attack and defense here. That is something. I really hope we can eventually get a better look at what Pokedex we're working with in this region, and how it shapes up with Totodile and the other starters. But Totodile can access a lot of moves and stuff, especially TMs too, like most Pokemon can, and it's great. I think utilizing Totodile can be really awesome. Now, let's look at Chikorita. As I said, Chikorita's not quite the most battle-hungry Pokemon, let's say. It's not the strongest Pokemon either. So it being a grass type, the grass type sometimes gets a little bit shafted. If we look at this stuff, we've got HP at 45. We've got this stuff. You can see that defense and special defense is kind of trying to be made with this Pokemon here. So Chikorita, though, it being a grass type, it does have a lot of weaknesses and things too. I think that even though defense and special defense looks like supposed to be its highest stats and stuff, it's not quite known for being that, I would say. And Meganium itself, same deal. I think that it's great Pokemon, and I really hope in the games we do get some changes to Chikorita and things, and like maybe buff up more, just, see more stuff with it. But I can't wait to see, hopefully, a Meganium get like some sort of big boost that the Chikorita lovers would love to see, and finally have the grass Pokemon take over, be a bit better. But we'll see. Let's go ahead and look at Tepig here. Tepig, his Japanese name is Pokabu. This is gonna be an interesting design to bounce back off of for fan artists and for the creators. I can't wait to see what they create with it. Here's Tepig running around. If we go ahead and look at stat stuff here, we can see that it's going into HP and attack, and that can be good. HP, this thing, I believe, evolves into like a tank normally, and it goes into firefighting. Emboar is a Pokemon who has a great shiny, I have to say, for sure. But even like stat-wise, there's a lot into just HP and attack and stuff. It's a good guy. And I can't wait to see the different maybe stat distribution or different style. If they emphasize a different one over another. I assume that's like one area to change up in the design and stuff like that. But that'll be interesting to see. I think so. So yeah, that's what we have so far. Like I said, I really want to make a video maybe focusing on the mega designs, potentially, like fan theory stuff of it. I think will be exciting. Let's look at other opinions as well, though. I'm really surprised that they chose to go with the 2 Johto starters, 2 from the same region. I still don't really understand that, but I guess that is fine. I think I would have preferred Poplio, but that's okay, that's okay. But yeah, I see people are enjoying the funny meme of, you know, Tepig, it's not usually there. That's a surprise. Seeing the starters. Man, I remember leading up to the presents back when we didn't know any starters about how the quote-unquote maybe like worst picks would be like Tepig, Chikorita, and Poplio for like our least popular Pokemon. But we were close to that. I love Totodile, but man, it'd be fun to see Poplio or just replace Tepig. But this is great. This is great. Here we can see the beginnings of mega designs and things. Really awesome. I mean, there's so many awesome artists that are around and stuff. This person individual, show them some support too. But yeah, look at that. Mega Meganium. And look, they put him on all fours. I think we should put him on all fours. For Alligator on all fours, I would love it. And then Emboar. Emboar's solid design just being reiterated on. But it's still really cool. There she is. There's Chikorita. I'm so happy to see the Tepig fans. I'm not a Tepig fan, but maybe that'll change. I just remember, like, yeah, even as a kid, and I was definitely one of those kids who was not thrilled about the Unova Pokedex, the designs, all that stuff, and, you know, Oshawott is my fave, but Tepig was never. I'm sorry, Tepig. But maybe they can change it. Maybe they can change it. No, Cyndaquil. It's really funny that they left out Cyndaquil. Yeah, that's interesting. Let me know your thoughts as well, of course. Let me know what you think some design options might be. I'd actually love to hear it. You can always just also show me your own artwork if you have it. Go on the Discord or something, and I would love to see stuff. I like, you know, interacting with everybody and seeing what people can design, because there's so many good artists in the community, as we can see, and yeah, that's really great. So it's gonna be fun. I think it's gonna be an exciting time leading up to them. Alright, thanks so much for watching, and I hope to see you next time. Bye-bye!